The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation as Terence Crawford, a welterweight phenom, prepares to take on one of the most audacious challenges of his career, a showdown with Canelo Alvarez, the super middleweight kingpin, set for September 13, 2025, in Las Vegas, broadcast live on Netflix. Crawford, an undefeated fighter with a reputation for versatility and knockout power, is making a bold leap, moving up 3 weight classes to face Alvarez at 168 pounds. This matchup has sparked intense debate, with opinions split on whether Crawford's skill set can overcome the significant size disadvantage. Adding intrigue to the narrative, boxing legend Mike Tyson has been a vocal presence in Crawford's preparation, offering not only his gym in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, but also his insights and encouragement. Tyson's involvement, combined with Crawford's meticulous training and strategic approach, has fueled speculation about whether this fight could redefine boxing's boundaries or prove to be a step too far for the Nebraska native. Crawford's decision to challenge Alvarez stems from his ambition to cement his legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats. With an unblemished record and titles across multiple weight classes, Crawford has little left to prove at welterweight or junior middleweight. His dominant performance against Errol Spence Jr. in 2023 unified the welterweight division, and his hard-fought decision victory over Israil Madrimov in August 2024 at 154 pounds showcased his ability to adapt to larger opponents. Yet, moving to 168 pounds to face Alvarez, a seasoned champion with a proven track record in the super middleweight division, is a gamble that has divided fans and analysts alike. Alvarez, known for his devastating punching power, counterpunching prowess, and relentless aggression, has reigned as a dominant force, with recent victories over fighters like William Skull reinforcing his status. The question on everyone's mind is whether Crawford's elite skills, ring IQ, and adaptability can bridge the gap against a naturally bigger, battle-tested opponent. Mike Tyson, a towering figure in boxing history, has played a significant role in Crawford's preparation, offering both practical and psychological support. Ahead of the first press conference in Riyadh, Crawford trained at the Mike Tyson Boxing Club, a facility Tyson permitted him to use to stay sharp during his time in Saudi Arabia. The footage, shared by Turki Alashik on Instagram and later reposted by Ring magazine, captured Crawford's intense focus as he worked through a regimen of shadowboxing, heavy bag drills, rope skipping, and core exercises. Dressed in a red t-shirt, black shorts, and red shoes, Crawford moved with purpose, shaking hands with staff and posing for photos with fans, all while maintaining a disciplined mindset. Tyson's presence at the gym was more than ceremonial. He provided hands-on advice, particularly on maximizing punch power to inflict damage on Alvarez. This mentorship underscores Tyson's belief in Crawford's potential, even as he initially expressed reservations about the matchup due to the weight disparity. Tyson's perspective on the fight has evolved, reflecting the complexity of the challenge. Initially, on the It Is What It Is podcast, Tyson was skeptical, citing the significant weight difference as a major hurdle. He referenced Crawford's close fight against Madrimov, a larger and awkward opponent, as evidence that moving up to face Alvarez could be risky. "It's too much weight," Tyson said, emphasizing that Crawford's struggle against Madrimov, who took him to a decision, highlighted the challenges of fighting bigger men. However, Tyson later softened his stance, acknowledging historical precedents where smaller fighters triumphed over larger ones. He pointed to Henry Armstrong, a featherweight who defeated welterweight and middleweight champions, as proof that determination can outweigh size. "Size means nothing, but determination means everything," Tyson declared, signaling a shift toward optimism about Crawford's chances. Tyson's analysis of the matchup is nuanced, focusing on the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. He describes Alvarez as a formidable opponent with exceptional boxing skills, including powerful punches, sharp counterpunching, and effective head and body movement. Alvarez's training regimen, tailored to his opponent's styles, includes long-distance running for endurance, boxing-specific drills, and carefully selected sparring partners to mimic his next challenge. This meticulous preparation has allowed Alvarez to adapt across weight classes, from light middleweight to light heavyweight, earning him titles in 4 divisions. Yet, Tyson identifies vulnerabilities that Crawford could exploit. Alvarez has shown signs of fatigue in longer fights, as seen in his bout against Dmitry Bivol, where his stamina waned, reducing the precision and power of his punches. Additionally, Alvarez's defense can be inconsistent, leaving him open to precise shots from opponents who capitalize on his lapses in concentration or overly aggressive movements. Crawford's strengths, as outlined by Tyson and others, make him a unique threat. His ability to switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw stances confuses opponents, allowing him to create angles and exploit weaknesses. His lightning-fast hand speed and footwork enable him to land quick combinations and evade punches, a critical asset against Alvarez's straightforward, aggressive style. Tyson emphasized Crawford's versatility, noting that his adaptability makes him a nightmare in the ring. Crawford's ring IQ, honed over years of facing diverse opponents, allows him to read and counter his adversaries' moves effectively. His 31 knockouts in 41 fights demonstrate his finishing power, though questions remain about whether that power will translate against a naturally larger opponent like Alvarez. The boxing community's perspectives add further depth to the debate. Jaron Ennis's father, Bozy Ennis, a respected trainer, strongly backs Crawford, arguing that the size difference is less significant than many assume. Ennis points to his son's experience sparring with larger fighters, suggesting that Crawford, who walks around at a higher weight than his fighting class, can handle the physicality at 168 pounds. Ennis praises Crawford's intelligence and efficiency, noting that he wastes no punches and excels at frustrating opponents. He envisions Crawford using movement and precise combinations to disrupt Alvarez's rhythm, capitalizing on moments when Alvarez sets to throw punches by tying him up or landing sharp counters. Ennis believes Alvarez struggles against slick movers, as evidenced by his losses to Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Dimitri Bivol, and his frustration against William Skull, who employed constant movement to avoid engagement. Crawford's preparation in Riyadh, culminating in the press conference, was marked by fanfare and symbolic gestures. Upon arriving, he was greeted with flowers and golden mementos resembling a sword and gun, a nod to his status as a boxing superstar. A joint dinner hosted by Turki Alalshik brought Crawford and Alvarez together in a rare moment of camaraderie before the rivalry intensifies. Yet, Crawford remained focused, using Tyson's gym to maintain his edge. The footage of his training session, widely shared on social media, showcased his commitment, with fans noting his intensity despite not having fought earlier in 2025. This discipline has convinced some that Crawford's preparation leaves no room for error, even against a seasoned champion like Alvarez. Alvarez's strengths cannot be understated. His record-breaking career, marked by multiple world championships, reflects his technical prowess and mental toughness. His ability to adapt to different fighting styles, from the elusive Mayweather to the powerful Bivol, demonstrates his versatility. Alvarez's aggressive, flat-footed style, while a potential liability against movers, allows him to dominate opponents with pressure and power. His counterpunching ability and body shots have dismantled many fighters, and his experience at 168 pounds gives him a physical edge over Crawford. However, his struggles against opponents with superior footwork, like Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant, suggest that Crawford's movement could pose problems. The stylistic matchup promises a tactical chess match. Crawford's strategy, influenced by Tyson and his team, likely involves using his speed and movement to frustrate Alvarez, avoiding prolonged exchanges where Alvarez's power could be decisive. By switching stances and creating angles, Crawford can target Alvarez's body to sap his stamina, a tactic that proved effective for Bivol. Conversely, Alvarez will aim to cut off the ring, forcing Crawford into close quarters where his power and counterpunching can shine. The fight's outcome may hinge on Crawford's ability to survive the early rounds, where Alvarez is most dangerous, and capitalize on any fatigue in the later stages. Public sentiment is divided, with some fans and analysts giving Crawford a fighting chance due to his technical brilliance, while others believe the size difference is insurmountable. Tyson's shift from skepticism to cautious optimism reflects this uncertainty. He acknowledges the historical precedent of smaller fighters overcoming larger ones but remains wary of the physical toll Crawford may face. The boxing world awaits a clash that could either solidify Crawford's legacy as a transcendent talent or reaffirm Alvarez's dominance at super middleweight. As the fight approaches, Crawford's training under Tyson's guidance and his strategic approach have raised expectations. The Nebraska fighter's ability to adapt, combined with his relentless work ethic, suggests he is not entering this bout lightly. Whether he can defy the odds and dethrone Alvarez, or whether the weight difference proves too great, remains to be seen. For now, the boxing world is captivated by the prospect of a generational talent like Crawford taking on a modern great like Alvarez, with Mike Tyson's voice adding weight to the narrative. The stage is set for a night that could redefine what's possible in the sport.